Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this high school cross-country video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company. All of our cross-country and track and field coverage this year is sponsored by Bryson.
And all of our coverage of Millikan this year is sponsored by Curtis Boyer. All of our Long Beach Poly coverage sponsored by Juju Smith-Schuster and the Juju Foundation, as well as Jayon Brown and Playfair Sports Management. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Just do it already, Tyler.
Just do it.
We are up, hell yeah, dude, Mount Sac for the CIF Cross Country Championships. Historic venue. So nice to be back here the last couple of years. And you just find relics like this around kind of all over the place.
It's charming. We're all nuts about it, Mike. Poly led by Cameron Roan, been a top 10 team in Division 1 all year. Got to be top 7, though, if you want to go on to the state meet out of this one. Millikan Jr. Jason Parra back at the CIF finals, but this time he's got the squad with him.
Yeah, for sure, and hoping to make a run. Both these teams definitely in the mix for a trip to state. Cool to have two Long Beach teams side by side at an elite race like this one. And hell yeah, bro. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's get to it. We start with the boys race here as Roan going to get out fast. So was Parra. We know that's part of his game plan. But this is a tricky course to do that with all the hills. You know, it's really going to tax you. Basically, this entire field has been sick this week. You know what I mean? It's been kind of grueling day at the races.
There's a lot of talk about that. A lot of illness sort of moving through. Definitely affected some Long Beach teams and athletes as well. Long Beach looking strong as they loop around. Parra in first, Roan in third. And as we prepare for the climb, both those guys still right up near the top. Definitely, this has been a really special year for boys cross country in Long Beach with Parra and Roan and Parra going back and forth right up at the top of the state's best.
Yeah, the switchbacks portion of the course. This is one of the super grueling sections as you have to make that climb. Shout out Miley Cyrus. Just after the midway point, Parra still in second as Roan was starting to fall back a little bit, but that's just how you have to navigate this course, Mike.
Millikan's Jack Brown, Poly's Mason Lindsay in good spots. Obviously, that state qualifier really more to do with your pack than with your leaders. Millikan running in a swarm of bumblebees here, looking to finish in that top 7 with Aiden Ransom, Maximiliano Ramirez, Eric Placencia, Jacob Fujimoto, and Michael Brief in the mix.
There's a lot of them. Poly, meanwhile, falling back. They were 6th at mile 1 and dropped back from there. Headed up another hill nearing the 2-mile mark. Parra still chasing the leaders. But starting to feel it at this point, Mike. The legs are barking, starting to get wobbly. Roan with room to move up, and he had the legs to do it. As we go to Reservoir Summit, you can kind of see Parra fading there up at the top. Obviously hard to get a full zoom in on these guys. Meanwhile, Roan really eating up the competition. He'd fallen back to 13th, but he's surging in that final mile, Mike. And as he comes to the finish, he's in a great spot.
He moves up 9 spots in the final mile to finish 4th in 15:07, and then Parra guts it out for 12th, 15:15. Brown is going to finish in 39th for Millikan in time of 15:51. Mason Lindsay 47th for Poly, 16:01.
Then after Poly's Luke Larson in 16:03, it's a run of Rams. Placencia right there, 16:20. Ransom, 16:23. As that's a close one there at the line. Ramirez, 16:39. Fujimoto, 16:44. And then Brief, 16:54. So a really good run of Rams right there for Poly. Noah Addison at 17:09. Matthew Long, 17:40. Then Conrad Schreiber, 17:56. And Lamar Kirk Jr., I hate to see that he was so sick and not himself this week, falling back. Millikan takes 8th as a team. No state for them, but Parra, the last individual qualifier, 2nd year in a row going to state.
Yeah, and I know both Poly and Millikan dealing with some illnesses, so tough for them on the team results, but great to have 2 individuals, all smiles for Parra and Roan.
Girls race now. Poly had been top 10 all year as well in Division 1. More at full strength now. Can the Jackrabbits punch their ticket to Fresno? Senior Camille Lindsay looking to get back to state, and Moore League champion Avery Peck making her debut at the CIF finals today as they get ready to go. And in the wash, you can see Peck leading Poly on the left side right there in the white and green. The Jackrabbits did not want to get out too fast. They know hill running. They wanted to save a kick for that final mile, and they did, Mike.
Well, they definitely didn't get out fast, Tyler. They were in 16th place as a team after the mile mark. Here at the half-mile mark, Peck still in among the lead pack. But as I said, as a team, a mile in, they're in 16th out of 16 teams. definitely feeling a little tough. You see him dodging the tree at the mile mark. That freshman still in the top 5 for the Jackrabbits. Lindsay, second place for Polly, hanging back, and as you said, running a strategic race, comfortable being behind after 1 mile.
Yeah, Everlyn Hernandez, Lujan, and Alexa Bryson next up for Polly. As you said, Mike, at last place at this point, 16th out of 16, but Peck still within striking distance at the top of the leaderboard, waiting for her teammates to come up, and there they would come, as now you see Bryn Jolly joining the fold. Polly on the move. Peck would lose some steam in the second half of the race, still finished 13th, a time of 18:21. An impressive showing for a freshman, the top 9th grade finisher in Division 1.
Yeah, you'll take top freshman in Division 1. That's pretty impressive. Lindsay, 32nd, 19:01. Great to see her back on the course and helping to power her team here. Really gutty performances and strategic performances by these seniors. Alexa Bryson really moving up the leaderboard. She was 100th after a mile, 79th at 2 mile, and finishes 60th, moves up 40 spots. Hernandez, Luan, and Jolly also moving up the pack in a big way to finish 63rd and 64th. Those 3 runners right there really moved up and secured this berth for Polly.
And they all went sub-20. Here's freshman Emily Chun, 21:12, and Miley Quinn, 21:40, finishing it off for the Jackrabbits. And Polly gets the news via the interwebs, Mike. The live results. Polly is qualified for the state meet. What more can you say about the Jackrabbits not giving up when they were so far back? They kept fighting, they kept running, they moved up into the spot they needed, and they got into that top 7. They're headed to Fresno, Mike.
Yeah, they ran their race. They move up and finish in 5th place. They jump 11 spots from the mile marker as a team. Really impressive stuff to see them stick to their guns and make history going to state.
I want to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center, for their support of local sports coverage. If you want coverage of the rest of the cross-country season and all other sports in Long Beach, you got to stay locked right here at the562.org.